It was a day of high drama and extreme emotions in court today as Oscar Pistorius finally took the stand. This has been the day that people have been waiting for a long time. He walked up slowly this morning and then asked the judge if he could make a statement. His voice quivering, he turned to face Reeva Steenkamp's mother, June, who was sitting in the public gallery, and began to make a very sorrowful apology.
I would like to take this opportunity to apologise to Mrs. and Mr. Steenkamp, to Reeva's family, to those of you who knew her who are here today. I'd like to apologise and say that there's not a moment, and there hasn't been a moment since this tragedy happened, that I haven't thought about your family. I wake up every morning, you're the first people I think of, the first people I pray for. I can't imagine the pain and the sorrow and the emptiness that I've caused you and your family.
He then went into his evidence, saying that he is now on antidepressants to try and deal with the trauma of what happened when he shot Reeva Steenkamp, that he wakes trembling and in panic.
I have terrible nightmares about things that happen at night, where I wake up and I can smell blood, and I wake up to being terrified.
And so we saw the defence trying to paint a picture, really, of Oscar Pistorius as a man who's been deeply traumatised, deeply affected by the shooting of his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp.
I don't obviously ever want to handle a firearm again or be around a firearm, so I've got a security guard that stands outside of my front door at night. But I woke up and I was terrified, and I for some reason couldn't calm myself down, so I climbed into the cupboard and I phoned my sister to come and sit by me for a while, which she did.
Prior to the shooting, he told the court how he suffered deeply when his mother died when he was just 15 years old, that he was bullied at school. He spoke about how difficult it is to balance on his stumps, that he needs his prosthetic legs. He then went into great length about his athletic career and his success on the field, but that too came at a cost. It required great work, great effort, much time away from home. So building up the sense of a man who has a sterling reputation, who has done many charitable things, and of course reminding the court that this is a man who achieved what no other did, who managed to change the way people viewed the disabled, who turned his disadvantage into advantage. But then the day ended as it began, with Oscar Pistorius once again in tears. He was telling the court how when he met Reeva Steenkamp, it was a blessing, that she used to pray for him at night. She was such a strong Christian, that his faith is so very important to him. And then crying once again, he said his God is a God of refuge. At that point, Barry Rue intervened and asked for an early adjournment. It ended with Oscar Pistorius, as everyone filed out, slumped over the witness stand, still sobbing, after a pretty harrowing day in court for both him, members of his family, and most certainly for June Steenkamp. He hasn't yet begun to talk, though, about the night that he shot Reeva Steenkamp. That will probably happen tomorrow.